Hi guys, good morning. How are you all doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are feeling beautiful because you know what? I am feeling fabulously beautiful. I am thankful and I am feeling blessed to have you on my channel today and you are welcome to my channel. This is your girl me. Welcome to my channel. So I am just feeling like, I want to give my hair a kind of different look. I want to see if I can just give myself some different looks, like tint my hair. I'm looking at tinting my hair. I don't know, for most of you who lives here in Europe as well, are you guys struggling with this white hair or something? Because almost like everybody here in Europe have now white hairs. Like, I don't know, the stress in Europe and the water here is destroying our hairs. And hey, I am just, my hair is not like this. I think I'm seeing a lot of white hairs on my hair right now. So I think it's better off to just give it a kind of hair coloring. Though I am not the kind of person that, I don't, I love white hairs. Naturally, I love white hairs. If I see those men that have white hairs here or their hair, I love it. I love it. So I am not the kind of person that anybody's going to be intimidated or pested because of white hairs. Because African people, they are fond of saying, see this one with gray hair, don't fully hair. I am not that kind of person, so don't even come my way. But however, I'm thinking of giving myself a hot hair coloring. I think I'm looking at blonde or gray or even purple, dark purple. What do you guys think, please? And as well, I'm thinking, here, no piercing go fit me. I wanna see. Say me, I get so many piercing. I have so many piercing. No, see, they see them. For my ears, I pierce so much, but not even the wear the earring like that because the person will pierce me for Nigeria no pierce sound well. So I'm thinking of, maybe I can leave this on, but nose piercing don't they hungry me for a very long time. So on my last video, guys, but you guys should just tell me what you think. I'm thinking of giving myself some hair coloring, give myself a different look. Do you guys think it will fit me? You think it's gonna fit me? I think. What do you think? What do you think? So guys, last video I was talking about, some men that brought their wives to Europe and what happens that when the marriage ends, everybody will start calling the woman the bad person. Nobody wants to know about the man. They tell you, yeah, for the fact that he brought you to Europe, that's the reason why you have to stay in there and die in there. Like, seriously, like, how much did it take or does it cost for you to bring a woman in Europe, that bring a woman to Europe that would be able to be qualified to her peace of mind, to her joy, to her health, to her life? How much did you pay for to cost or to be qualified, to these four things I mentioned? However, back to my story. Like I told you guys, after I got married to my estranged partner, and then we met online, I've said in my last video. So the next thing we did, our traditional marriage, we had to, then I stayed back a little for some years, I guess 2 years or so, and because he likes to send, he sends second-handed second-handed items or the second-handed goods. He sends it, and I was there in Nigeria, hustling those things for him to sell, because he was sending those things before I get to marry him. He used to send it to his brothers, but according to him, his family, they lavished his money, all the money he took from the bank, the money he borrowed, they lavished it. So when we got married now, he started sending some of these things to me. And then, yeah. So I was in Nigeria then. I will also help out to sell those things and send back the money to him through my, my own bank card that I gave to him then. So, and that was how it was. And then after some, year or two, we had to I have to move into I have to come to join him in Holland. So then you have to go through an exam. For the language exam, he sent the book. Meanwhile, we have to do the court wedding because that's the court wedding you have to submit to the government. So after that, I had to do the language exam, and then he brought some books which was sent to me, and then I started practicing at home. So he sent that book came to me around December of 2012. So it was brought to me in 2012 December. So that December I used it to practice. December, January to practice to be studying the language exams. So in February I told him probably I want to give it a try. I want to go for the exam. And then he didn't believe it in the first time because it was like, it's too short, you have to still practice more. I said, let me give it a try. It's okay, let's give it a try, so that even if you fail, you have already gathered an experience on what to do. And then I always trust my God and myself. So I went for the exam, and the first time I went for that exam, I passed it. So passed it and came back, and then we have to start the visa procedure. So I went to Abuja again, submitted all the things they asked of, and then it wasn't a month, my visa was granted. So in June, I had to prepare to leave to come meet him. So in first week of July, I guess 2013, I already came. I came here to live with my estranged husband. So when I came in, just the same month I came in, I took in, and then I started, and after I took in, you also have to go through this language exam for you to be able to get your your stay, something of that nature. So because you came with a 6 months visa, and then you need to get the language exam for you to get your stay. And then I started again with pregnancy. So it was supposed to be a school, language school for 1 year, but with pregnancy, cold weather, and all those things, I felt like I don't want to be coming every day. So it was after 5 months of going to school, I said, let me go and give it a try again to see if I can pass it. And again, I went for the language exam here in the Netherlands after 5 months. And then I also passed the exam one hand. Now, I'm going to be giving myself some kudos here, because the exam that was done in Nigeria, normally most people don't pass it once. When I went there, I met a woman that came for the 7th time for that exam. In fact, we prayed together and we wished each other luck. And luckily, she also got it once. The same thing here, some people, they must have gone to the exam for the NT2 Inbox exam for more than once or so. Some people, it's still difficult for them. They have been living for years in this country. It's still difficult for them to go get it. But gracious God, and I thank God for myself, I did all those exams once. I never, even going to the school here, my husband never spent any money for it. God did everything in his own way smoothly for me. So I got those exams, and I had my documents to live in Netherlands for 5 years. And within that 5 years, you also, after 5 years, you'll be qualified to get your passport. So I have been living here now for 7 years. And then after I got my diploma and I had my baby in 2014, I also wanted to study more. At my school, in the language school, I told them I would love to have some more training or study. So in 2015, I was called by the same school where I did my language exam. They asked me if I could or if I would want to study again, have any other course. I said yes, I would want to have any course because, like I said to you guys, in Nigeria, I only studied secondary school. So here it's called MBO, okay? But the MBO you have level 1, level 2, level 3. So you have different levels anyways. So when they called me, I said I want to do another training, and then we went for appointments on the day of the appointment. On getting there, they told us that they have 2 courses that is available. One is technical and 2 is Kramzor, and then Versuchende Ihe in one course. So 2 level 3, one is 2 level 3 courses. One level 3 is on practical technical, and the other one is on Kramzor and Versuchende. So what is Kramzor? Kramzor is maternity nurse, okay? These are the nurses that when a woman, for example, we that are here, we don't have our families here, some people are new mothers. So when you have a baby in the hospital, or when a midwife is having a baby, this cramp nurse or maternity nurse, which is called a cramp versorgster, goes with a maternity nurse to have the baby, to deliver the baby. After delivering the baby, the maternity nurse will now start taking care of the woman, by controlling her, the womb, the BP, the baby temperature, vagina, everything about the woman and the baby. You start controlling it and fill in your information, send back to the doctor. So what happens is that if a baby is born in the hospital, you go with them. If the midwife is having the baby in the hospital, you go there. They can call you, or after having the baby, they can still call you to come to the family, or that the family is going back today, so you start today. So you go to the house, dress the bed, control the hygiene, control the woman, tell the woman what to observe, what to watch out for when, at night, and all those things. So you'll be doing all those things with that family for a week. In most cases where there are complications, maybe the woman, like when I had my last child, I had what we call Becken instability, which is a pelvic instability, right? And then had pain. I could not sit well, I could not stand. It was very painful. So the cramp nurse the maternity nurse might be asked to stay more than 7 days. Normally it's 7 days or some 5 days. It depends if the woman have stayed some days in the hospital, and then it can minus the days that you need to spend with this woman, or if there's complications, they can ask for extra days for you, and she will be there to take care of you and your child. So after then, her job is finished in that family. She goes home, stay for like 3 days, and resumes with another family. And as a cramp versorgster, you don't have a roster. You're called as soon as the baby comes, because babies don't give you roster, right? So that's one course in that very level 3, and then another course in that very level 3 that is the package is also the Versuchende Ihe, which is old people's home, working with the old people's home, but in a level 3. And in level 3 as a Versuchende Ihe, you do more of the medical parts. You do more of injection, you do more of catheter, you do more of stoma, all those things, medical handling, medication, giving medication, anything medication, you'll be able to do it. You study it and you'll be able to do more of that. So you become more of in the handling, okay? So, and also you can as well you also learn about children, risk factors, things, emergencies, so many things you learn as a Versuchende Ihe. So when I came in, and then when I went for that appointment, they told me that one is practical courses, and the other courses is this other package that contains the maternity and the old people's home, and that course have about 3 to 4 courses in one, because we did about handicapped people, we did about babies, we did for old people and also children. So we did four, and with the diploma I have, normally I can be able to work in these four departments. So what happened was that when they now called us for that appointment, and they showed us that the NIVO, they now asked if I have done the level 1, because normally you're supposed to do level 1, then level 2 before the level 3. So they now asked me if I have done the level 1 or level 2. Of course, I've not done it. I came in 2013, yeah, I had my baby 2014, and 2015 we are in. So I told him no, I've not done any one, and that's why I told him I want to do a course. So I said okay, yeah, then we don't know, but we have to see if you can do it. But before you can register we have to check you, we have to write on it, you have to write a kind of exam, I don't know, intake exam or something, testing exam, I don't know. But I was booked for the exam for 2 days, both maths, language, everything. So I went for that exam for 2 days, and my results came out well. So they now told me that yes, your results are well, you can be able to do this level 3 if only you want and you put seriousness. So I said okay, let's give it a shot. But then one thing was a barrier. The barrier was that I do not have money to support my school. My husband as well do not have the money to support me to go through the school. And as well, when you're going to school, you have a child that needs to go to the nanny, goes to the Kinderopvang, that's daycare or something of that nature. So my husband didn't have the money to pay for the school fees, neither does he have money for the daycare. So he said, yeah, unfortunately he cannot support on that because he doesn't have the money to pay for me to go to school. But you know, when God is with you, and when things are being assigned in your life, no matter what circumstances, that cannot be stopped. The plans of God in your life must come true. So when he said he doesn't have money for them, yeah, man, I felt a little bit bitter, and I said, yeah, he doesn't have money for me to go to school. And then I remember my teacher, then he was like, well, how old are you? And then I told her how old I was then. I was 29. And they said, wow, if you're not up to 30, maybe you can get what they call study finance. And that is study support. So if you're not up to 30 in Netherlands, you can get that support. So, and then this intake happened in December, and in February I was supposed to be my 30 years birthday. So they say, well, but normally you have to ask 3 months before the date of your before you make 3 months before you make 30. So let us see if you stand a chance to get that application. However, I said okay. We said okay, let's give it a shot, because I know my God is God. And then the teacher immediately went in and brought the forms, printed it out, and then asked me to fill the forms, which I did. So we did fill the form and submitted it and waited for the response. In some days or weeks, received a letter that they have granted my study support. They granted my study support, they paid for school fees for me, gave me free bus travel card. I could travel all over Netherlands with that card without paying a dime. So I got the travel card, I got study support. They were also paying for the nannies, for the daycare for me. And one thing about this thing is that if you've started going to school before you make 30, you can actually use that opportunity to study as much as you can without stopping. But if you stop and you did not continue any class, any this thing, then it's expired. But if you stop and then keep registering and registering, like you register to another course, you know, you can still get that opportunity to study. So I studied in level 3, and my intention was actually to go for level 4. But because of certain issues, challenges at home, that dream was also cut short. So I got an opportunity to study, and I did my study. From there, I also had the support to also get us um, driver's license. And at that moment, because as a maternity nurse, one of the criteria is that you have to have a driver's license. So with the driver's license, you can be able to travel to different families, because babies are different cities. So you have to be available to travel at any time without giving excuses of transportation or whatsoever. So I came in 2015, and one good thing again was that the course I did was a course that is supposed to take a total of 6 years to complete it. That means you have to go for 2 years for level 1, 2 years for level 2, and another 2 years for level 3. But this course, I was able to do it in 2 years. For do this course for other 2 years. I did this course, and as well, I also had my baby while I also had my second daughter while also studying. So it was a challenge, because when I had my baby, and when I was pregnant, I was suffering from pelvic pain, and I do not have enough rest. When I come home, I sit down in the house. When I come home, I start cleaning, or I start cooking, or I start doing so many things. And then that was also another challenge, because you have a partner who is supposed to help you out with all those things. Most times, I'll finish all those things, cook, put the children to bed, put the other one to bed, come down and clean the house, and still have to study if I have exams. Sometimes I'll study until it's morning, then I'll take my shower and go to school, prepare my daughter, take her to daycare, and then go to school. So I was then struggling living up with my husband then, because the support I needed to get while going to school was not there. We had different times issues with not being supportive. Not being supportive with somebody who doesn't even care, like to care about your pain, to care about how to support you, how to help you to run the chores, how to support you academically. Not even talking about how supporting you academically, but then if you know that your wife needs to go to school, or needs to read, or needs to do something, and you have free day, or even when you come back early, why don't you help? Why can't you help? And I was struggling like that for a very long time. And like I was trying to say, my marriage has not been rosy from the day one, because from the moment I came in and I started going to school and all those things, and every time when I had misunderstanding or any confrontation with my husband, he will always tell me that he will not continue with the marriage. He will always tell me he will not continue with the marriage. And when I complain about him not helping me to do things, to get things done, knowing that I'm going to school, and he will always tell me that, don't I know that he gave me the opportunity to go to school? Don't I know that he gave me the opportunity to go to school by allowing me to go to school? And he will always ask me, how many men did I see that brought their wife in Europe that allowed them to go to school? Because that is one thing. When you allow women to achieve something, then the next thing, they will start taking you for granted. And I have never, ever in my life imagined wanting to take my husband for granted. Like, why would I want to take him for granted? But whenever I ask for little support, or whenever I complain of him not being helping, he always finds it very offensive that I ask for him to help. When I complain, he finds it insulting for me to ask him to do something. Even to an extent, a particular time, even when I started working, working, and then I was having night shift. When I asked him to help to cook food, he even reported me to his stupid friend in Dubai, one of his very stupid, foolish friend in Dubai, that told him, why on earth will a woman allow you to or ask you to help her out in the kitchen? That even if this woman goes to work, even if she cooks, even if she have children, she comes home from anywhere she went to, it's her duty to go to the kitchen. He even asked my husband, why did he ever do it or ever have helped to go to the kitchen? And this is something that I need to quarrel, I need to beg, I need to shout, I need to cry, consistently, like before getting it done. Several times I have asked for help. Even there was a moment when this whole issue was going on about threats. The issue is that I live with him in this marriage, and every day what I drink and eat is threat of divorce. He had in so many ways threatened to divorce me. He had in so many ways threatened to leave the marriage. He had in so many ways promised he will not continue in this marriage. What reason? He will only say, I will not continue with a woman who disrespects me. And I wonder, what disrespect mean? Does disrespect mean that you are arguing or saying things the way it is or the way it should be with your partner in the house alone? I have never disrespected my husband outside. I have never challenged him outside. I have never insulted him in any way outside. I've never talked about him, even when most times we go out and then he misbehaves. I try to find a way to cover my shame, but I have never ever confronted him outside. But he always find it offensive or insulting that if I'm in the house, I ask for something. And as a woman, there's a point where you're being pushed and all that. You will be vocal. You will act just to make sure that what you are saying pinches him, just to make sure that he feels the anger in you. You will be vocal. You will talk in a way that you feel like he should feel you. Because when it looks like this person is not feeling you or doesn't want to even observe your pain and all that, as a woman, that's our weaknesses. You can say certain words just to make sure he feels the message. And unfortunately as well, I have a partner whom it's only when I feel the fury, or he feels the fury, that he takes me serious. It's only when I get angry that he takes me serious. It's only when I burst that he takes me serious. And me, I'm asking myself, like, why are you destroying me? Because you're destroying me in a way of making me to be a woman that talks too much, or a woman that will be shouting. And I asked several times, why is it that until I shout about something, until I get angry about something, that's when you will do it? I said, this is destroying me. I am not feeling good about it. I'm not feeling good that I needed to shout about something. Let's assume that probably there is so many cases, okay? Something happened, maybe something broke that a man in the house is supposed to fix. I will keep saying that. I'll keep saying, can you please see if you can fix this? Can you please say if you can fix this? I will keep saying that, and you'll be like, it's okay, I don't hear. It's okay, I don't hear. I go drum. Now, when it has gotten so long, and then I'll be angry, like, you have told me you will do this thing, you don't do it. Why can't you do this? You need to do it, and you have to do it. And then when I start expressing that anger, that's when you will now see him. After he will now say, I'm insulting him, or I don't have to talk to him like a baby. That's when you now see him go out and look for a way to fix that thing that I've been talking for months or days with calmness. So, I have been here living in pain of threats, living in pain of divorce. Meanwhile, How did it happen? Every day I get the threat and promises that he will not continue in the marriage with me. This was a long due threat. And I want to put this through to anybody because I know so many boys. He had told them that I left my marriage. He had told them that I am the one who asked for divorce. He had told them all manner of stories. But I want you to hear this and hear it now. I did never threaten my husband for any reason of divorce. I never in any way asked for divorce, like push for divorce. I have never in any way brought idea for divorce, but my partner had brought ideas of divorce, had brought suggestions of divorce, had brought threats of divorce, had even brought agreements for divorce, and to the extent brought a threat to divorce that led us to be where we are today. And if you want to know more of this story, how, stay tuned and let me know if you would want to know the story. Because yes, I am going to tell the story on how we got to divorce, how this marriage started the way it is, and how we are, why, what we are facing now, and the level we are right now. At the moment, we are not yet divorced, but this is the story of what is going on. We might be getting a divorce soon. I'll see you guys in my next video, and hey, stay tuned. Ciao, ciao. Bye.